I went through college and university battling the challenge to keep my V card. While many of my peers were losing their V cards left, right, and centre, I won't lie, I felt left out and curious. I was even thinking that I was weird at one point. At times, I felt like everyone in school who didn't have their V card was about to gang up on me. My friends were like, "Girl, you don't know what you're missing out on." The pressure was sometimes intense, but I decided it was the right thing to do. I didn't want to just give in and relinquish my V card for any old someone. That was one of the most important decisions I ever had to make. To make matters worse, my best friend stopped talking to me. We had an argument, and she called me Mother Theresa. I replied and said, "I have something that you can never get back, a V card." Harsh, I know. I had no idea she would have taken it serious. It made me realize that they're jealous of me for still having something as precious as a V card. I heard the boys had a bet on who will be the first one to take my V card. After holding out for so long, can you believe what happened to me? Because of my experience, this is my warning to you. Boys and girls, especially the girls, be careful when on a night out. There are some vicious predators out there. I went on a night out to a club with a few of my ride or die girlfriends. I won't name the club for legal reasons, so let's just say the club was called Hype Type. Upon arriving at the club, someone asked us if we'd like to try something to lift the mood, but we weren't interested and kept walking, which was the right thing to do. I noticed a guy following us. The weird thing about it was he kept staring at me. Out of all the people in the club, why me? I must admit, at first, I kind of liked the attention. But every direction we turned, there he was, staring. Even my friends got freaked out. We alerted the security because at this point, we were paranoid. The security went and had a word with him, and a few minutes after the security spoke to him, the guy came over and apologized to us. He explained how he was captivated by me and couldn't take his eyes off of me. I ain't gonna lie, I felt flattered. He made me blush. I felt special, exceptional. He was handsome and fit as a Greek god. He looked like the kind of dream guy who all the girls would be fighting over. He asked me for a dance, and my friends kept egging me on to go and talk to him. So, I did. Before I knew it, we were dancing for the rest of the night. It was like my friends didn't exist. While we were dancing, he tried to kiss me, but I swerved him. He played it cool and offered to get me a drink. I accepted. That was a big mistake. Shortly after drinking, I felt weird. I had no memory of what happened afterwards. My friends had to fill me in. According to my friends, I was acting like a maniac on the dance floor that night. Before he led me to his car in the car park. Luckily, my friends saw and followed. The problem was that when they got to the car park, they lost us, and they didn't know which car to look for. When they had finally found us, he had taken off my jeans, I was partially naked, and he was getting ready to take my V card. They told me how they were banging on the car window and eventually had to use a brick to break the glass and get me out of there just in time. Whilst all of that was happening, I was out of it. My friends called an ambulance and the police. Can you believe when the police arrived, he told them I was consensual and how I was all over him in the club, something I couldn't confirm or deny because I was out of it. It turns out he was right. I was all over him sexually, but that wasn't me. Luckily, a blood test proved that I was drugged. I had no idea what was happening. It was meant to be a night out of fun and enjoyment with my friends, but it turned out to be a nightmare. It could have been worse. I didn't lose my V card on the cheap after 22 years. I had true friends who had my back. What I've learned from this experience is, do not accept drinks that have been opened or anything that can be consumed from anyone. Always be present when your drink is being poured. Always keep your drink in line of sight, and if you need to go to the toilet, take your drink with you. Believe it or not, even on the dance floor, while dancing or socializing, someone can spike your drink. The problem is you can't smell it or taste it, and you won't even notice the color change. If you're out and you're having a strange feeling, tell more than one person. At least one of them will take you seriously, which is something I failed to do. Luckily, my friends were keeping a close eye on me, and they saved me from losing my V card on the cheap. That would have affected me for the rest of my life. Statistics show that 20% of girls and 4% of men have experienced some type of vicious assault from the age of 16 to 25. If you're out in a club, party, or public space and you feel uncomfortable about something, bring it to someone's attention. It might be nothing, but alert somebody, just in case. Can you relate? I'd love to hear your comments. If you're a victim of any assault of the sort, talk to someone. Help is available. Let's raise awareness to stop violence against women and girls. Hey, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, share with a pal, and leave a comment. It's free to subscribe.